I hope everybody's okay. Welcome to my channel. So last week I got some exciting news. I applied to Channel Mum for them to plug my videos. So I got a response saying that yes, they would love to do it, but I need to be doing some more videos over a longer period of time. So I need to reapply again in the new year. So fingers crossed for me. Yeah. So anyway, I got this email, and then I went straight to social media and I asked my Insta followers, my Facebook followers, my Facebook friends and family, what would you like to see on my channel? So today I'm going to do a video, a recommendation that somebody put forward. I just want to say thank you. Once you know the title, you'll know who you are. So yeah, today I want to talk about what the things that you don't get told about when you first become a parent. Yeah, like this isn't a pretty scary enough time as it is. So there's some things that people tend to leave out. So yeah, I want to talk about them today. So the first thing I want to talk about is the overwhelming emotions that you get when you become a parent. When the baby is first given to you, after it's born, or the first time you hold your baby or whatever, you just feel this overwhelming flood of emotion. There's so much love, you want to protect them, you want to look after them. It's so hard to explain. I mean, when I was pregnant with my first child, Poppy, because I was one of the last out of most of my friends to have children. So I asked some of my friends, you know, what's it like to be a parent, you know, and you know, I said, what, you know, because I was never really a child orientated person before I had my children. So yeah, I didn't have a clue about children at all. So yeah, I asked some of my friends what's it like to be a parent, and of course they said, you know, it's hard work, but you love them and it's all worth it once the baby's placed in your arms. And of course, until you experience that feeling, you don't know. I mean, with mine, I can't possibly describe to you how much I love them. You know, I will do anything for them. I would throw myself under a bus for them if needs be. When Poppy was first placed in my arms, there was just this huge rush of emotion. You know, I wanted to cry, I wanted to laugh, I wanted to smile. Not that I really got a chance to do all those things because I had to be rushed straight off to theatre. So yeah, it's just, yeah, no one can begin to describe how much they love their children. Right. Second thing I want to talk to you about is that, you know, nobody tells you how mentally and physically draining parenting can be. I mean, like I said, I love my kids to bits, but some days, oh my god, by the end of the day I'm glad to fall into bed because they have just mentally and physically destroyed me. You know, you talk to your friends and say, you know, oh, you know, how's the kids been? And they could say, oh, today they've been a little monkey. They did this, they did that. Like today, for example, Douglas, my son, he decided to get my shampoo out of the bathroom and decided to smear it all over my sofa. I mean, probably some of you are sat there probably laughing. You know, and if it was someone else, I would probably laugh, because you think, oh, what a little monkey. But until you experience that yourself, it's, you just think, oh my God. Yeah, it's, and they, you know, and physically, you know, they always want to do something with you. So it's not very often you get time to yourself, which is, you know, obviously, you know, that's what parenting is about. You know, you bring this little person into the world and you give up your time, really, because, well, you chose to. But, yeah, but physically they can be tiring because they always want you to play with them. Like kids need to go out as well. It's important for children to go outside and do something. So I do try and take them out at least once a day, even if it's just a walk round the block. We always try and get out for fresh air, because if you stay indoors with them, they will drive you absolutely insane. Okay, the third thing I want to talk about is the huge change of lifestyle. Now, you know, becoming a parent, everything changes rapidly. Well, it has for me anyway, and my husband Jonathan. You know, sometimes Jonathan and I sit there and we think, what did we used to do before the kids come along? And the answer was, we went to the pub. We spent most of our time in the pub, or just watching telly, or just doing what we wanted, basically. And now we miss it. We have to admit we miss it, but we wouldn't change the kids for the world. No way. But yeah, everything changes when you have children. Again, I asked my friends, what's it like? And some of them, they said, well, things haven't changed much, but I think it depends on like the support network that you have around you. If you have a lot of support, then that's absolutely fantastic. You know, you can still go out and do things like that you used to do before or whatever. But if you don't have that support, things can be totally different. I mean, we have had a lot of support, but obviously the more children we've had, I mean, not being funny to parents or anything, that, you know, like my mum keeps telling me, she's done her time, she's had her kids, you know, so I completely respect that. My in-laws and my parents, they have their own life. They've had their children. Now we've flown the nest, and now they're enjoying their time. You know, I completely and totally understand that, which is why we don't say to them, you know, every weekend, oh, can you have kids so that we can go out? To be honest, now 10 years later, we would rather stay indoors. The thought of getting ready and going out and getting drunk and getting cold, and then you've got to find a way home, and then of course you've got to stop for the kebab on the way home, so you need enough money for that. It just sounds like too much hassle. We would rather now stay indoors, go to bed early and watch Star Trek. That's what we do of an evening. We lay in bed and we watch Star Trek. And you know what? I wouldn't change it, because that's my life now. That's just the way things go, and I'm happy with that. The fourth thing I want to talk about is the amount of stuff children need. Nobody told me how much stuff you will end up with. It is absolutely crazy. I'm I first started shopping for Poppy, of course, I just thought, you know, oh, she just needs clothes, nappies, wipes, some toys, etc. Obviously, pushchair, car seat, all the basics. But then once she was actually born, we didn't find out if she was a boy or a girl. So yeah, once she was born, everyone went out and bought girl stuff, and we were absolutely inundated. You know, it's lovely that people go out and they buy stuff for the children, and it's a massive, massive help. There's just so much, and you think, I didn't know that they'd need all this stuff. And again, going back to my friends, you know, I'd go around their houses and I think, oh, you know, they don't have that much stuff. But then I never went upstairs. I never went and looked in the kids' bedrooms, or the mummy and daddy's bedrooms, or whatever, or even in their loft. I mean, if you go up in our loft, we've got an entire baby shop up there near enough, because there's just so much of it. And I am really, really bad now at getting rid of things. So, you know, big tip, try and keep on top of it if you can, because they end up with so much. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is, you know, the real rewards about being a parent. Again, nobody really told me what you get back from being a parent. Yeah, like I've going back to like the mentally and physically draining days. But the rewards at the end of it sometimes are so lovely. I mean, Douglas at the moment, again going back to him, I swear he's hitting the terrible twos, because the last couple of weeks he's been an absolute nightmare. But at the end of the day, when he goes to bed, he comes over to me, he throws his arms around my neck and he gives me the biggest kiss. And you know what? All the stresses and all the frustration that he's caused that day just melt away. And I think to myself, do you know what? This is so worth it. Because I know that them kids love me. Poppy tells me all the time, you're the best mummy ever. I love you, mummy. And she brings me home pictures and things that she's made at school. She's even now started to write to mummy on them. She's just started to learn to read and write. So yeah, and it's the fact that she's taken that time to, she's thought of me. While she's doing this, she's thought of me, and that really, really warms my heart, because I know that I'm doing a good job. And sometimes you can feel like the worst mother in the world, and you think that you're absolutely failing them ever, but it's the little things, like Poppy bringing me home drawings and have written to mummy on it, or Douglas giving me a bedtime kiss and a cuddle, or even Amber now, she started doing kisses or clapping or waving, and she even comes up to me, mum, when she wants to cuddle. So but then I know that she knows she can come to me for some affection again, which is really, really rewarding, because I know that she wants to show me some love. So yeah, that's the end of my first recommendation video. If anybody else has any ideas of what they would like to see on my channel, please pop a comment below, or you can follow me over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. So yeah, so if you haven't already, then hit the subscribe button. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, but if you didn't, then that's absolutely fine. So yeah, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching.